So guess what? Games are unfortunately gonna be $80. So the Switch 2 pre-orders have came out, and guess what? Everything related to the Switch 2 was sold out. Remember we did all this complaining about how expensive the Switch 2 is, how much money the Switch 2 is gonna cost. Well, apparently, it might be scalpers buying it, which will dramatically increase the sales of a console. Let's look at the PlayStation 5, for example, as well. You know, but I think Walmart actually sold out of Switch 2 units now. I can't get past the cart. At this point, Best Buy is sold out too if you're waiting on the line. I can live with Target for now, but if I don't get the Switch 2 on launch day, yeah. But nobody complained about these prices ever again. Holy shit, boy guys, this game was so easy of a possible price decrease could have happened. But of course, Gold, as I was actually class, because it is a pre-order game, will go out of stock as well. And yeah, many people have said that Nintendo Switch 2 era is dead. Nintendo is some of the decisions that I still believe Nintendo is doing are very baffling and very strange. Like the welcome tour being a paid demo, obviously of that, the game key card thing, which is a very stupid thing, but Xbox and PlayStation do it too, as well. And, other games you can buy, no problem. Okay, so you can buy other games. It's just Mario Kart World is selling out. The one game that everybody was complaining about was $80. Oh, it sells out immediately. Okay. I just find it funny that pre-orders, sell out. Like, you'd think that, as well, but people buying the game crashes the Best Buy website as well here. So we use to buy it for 80 as well here. Yeah. Yeah. And you have those people because they get the console especially pretty easy in Canada. Pretend like scalpers don't exist, or it's sad to hear everybody better get used to $80 games. And unfortunately, this might be the new standard for video games as well. And unfortunately, and I know like with most games, games just go on sale and you can buy them for a way cheaper of a price as well. For example, even on Amazon, you can really, if you wait a couple months, the game, if a game is, and what the game is selling very well, the game usually drops in price. And then, of course, some more, insane examples like Fallout 76 was originally $60 when it came out, and then it went down to like 20 within like 2 weeks, as well, which means Fallout 76 was really like $30 or $20 2 weeks in because no one was buying the game as well. But yeah, Mario Kart World is apparently selling so well, and the Switch 2 and a while Switch 2 related things are selling so well that it's destroying expectations. Okay, as well. The Switch 2 is over, and I said this before the Switch came out. The Switch 2 is gonna sell extremely well. Okay, Switch 2 is gonna sell extremely well. Okay, there is one main reason why the Switch 2 I think is going to sell extremely well, and that's because the Switch 2 has quality games. Okay, PS5 doesn't really have quality games. I know people say, but Elden Ring or GTA 6, but you can really play out Elden Ring on the PC. Elden Ring will also be on the Switch too. Elden Ring is also on Xbox. It's literally on all major platforms at this point. Okay, but Cyberpunk is also going to be a Switch 2 launch title. Okay. But Stellar Blade, that game's coming to PC, I think. They should really port that to Xbox and Nintendo. I bet Sony probably paid the developers to put the game exclusive at PS5, which I think kind of screwed them in the long run because, people on PS5 don't really buy games. I really believe half the PS5 sales was bought by like scalpers or weird or people who just buy games as they play Call of Duty or FIFA or Madden. Because if you look at every year, the best way games at PlayStation is always the same, like free franchises every year. And if you look at it, why do they keep making Call of Duty games every year? Oh, I wonder why. They always sell. They're always the number one game every year besides FIFA and Madden and like those are like usually the best selling games every year. And if you guys complain about these games, I complain about FIFA and Madden, but normies are the ones that buy these games. Okay, I don't like sports. I'm not buying FIFA and Madden. Okay, I don't buy Call of Duty games every year. I haven't bought Call of Duty since Vanguard. I haven't played Vanguard, so I don't know if it's a good game or not. I have a lot of games I have to play, but you know, it's just absolutely absurd that everybody wanted to boycott this game. And Mario Kart World is as well. And also, analysts are predicting the Switch 2, based off of how fast the pre-orders are selling out, it's going to be the biggest launch in console history. It's going to likely sell 5 to 6 billion units, which is half of the Wii U sales, lifetime sales. The Switch 2 in 1 week is projected to outsell the Wii U in its lifetime sales. Okay? It's projected to also outsell the Steam Deck in 1 week. Let's put a satisfy win for the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck and its fanboys and its cult. Oh, we're gonna go pirate the Switch 2 games and the Steam Deck because that's the Steam Deck has outsold by the Switch 2 in 1 week. Wah 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 wah. Wah 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 wah. And yeah, 4chan will have been throwing their tantrums. Okay, I guess we should stop complaining about the price of games. Of course, I could probably afford the Switch 2 or the Mario Kart World. But of course, there was many people that I know who aren't going to buy this game and buy the Switch 2 because they can't afford it. Of course, that's why there's a whole console lifespan. I think Nintendo's going to plan to have the Switch 2 around for around 6 to 7 years, like the Switch 1, as well. Was to give, people plenty of opportunities to buy the console, obviously. You don't have to buy it. And here's the lesson. You don't have to buy something at launch. Like, no one's telling you to say, oh, yeah, buy Mario Kart immediately. Okay? You must buy it immediately. Okay? No, you don't have to buy Mario Kart immediately. Okay? I don't really buy games at launch. The last game I bought at launch was, like, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. That's because I just had to get Thousand Year Door. And also, even then, I still didn't get exactly on launch day. Amazon decided to ship it like 3 days later than the launch date as well. But on all platforms, the Switch 2 and all the games, I was selling out instantly as well. Obviously, no one's willing to pay $80. That's what teach Nintendo exact message so everybody needs the word. GameWorks don't take my money. As well. No one will pay $80. I think Nintendo knew that people would pay $80 for Mario Kart, okay? Nintendo knows that people are not this stupid, okay? As well. I think, same thing with GTA 6. I think we're going to go back to how it was in the 90s, where games varied in prices, okay? Because Oblivion was released, and that game is $50. Oh, it's actually $60 if you want the full $70 if you want the full game, or something like that as well. And also for the people who, including myself, I don't really do it. I think the worst examples of people compare about Mario Kart 8, but then they defend PlayStation, or especially Paradox Studios. Yeah, if you do not know, Paradox Studios releases games for $60, but then they release like 10,000 DLCs for the games. Or they'll defend gacha games, or mobile games, especially some of the worst mobile games, like the ones where they give you like 5 things and then they demand you to pay money for certain characters or certain things in the game. There are tons of, I think one of the worst ones is the Jurassic World game, okay? You get like I think it's like you get like 2 dinosaurs and then you have to basically pay real money to get like certain items and certain dinosaurs in the game. Or that one Marvel fighting game I had like 5 years ago. Literally, they give you like 4 characters. If you want the character you want, oh, too bad, you have to pay up. And the worst ones are EA's games, like Dungeon Defenders, not Dungeon Defenders, wrong game. Dungeon Keeper, I think that's what the game is called. Not Dungeon Defenders, wrong game. Dungeon Keeper, a lot of EA's mobile games, as well. You know, but yeah, absolutely, you know, absolutely ridiculous. I wish that Elon Musk could put dislikes on Twitter. Okay, and maybe we should start the man Elon Musk could put dislikes on Twitter, so it'll be much easier to ratio people on here. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm gonna get if I get Mario Kart, I'll get it when it's on sale, obviously as well. Yeah, I'm not paying $500 and $90 as well. But I think with Mario Kart is really shows that people either that or it's scalpers. Because of course they gotta realize there's also scalpers who are probably gonna buy these games so they can scalpers I think are the scummiest people on the planet. Okay. You buy a bunch of games so no one could get them, or buy Pokemon cards. I think are affected by this. The sweat. PS5 when that came, PS5 and Xbox Series X. They knew people were desperate for the new console, so they decided to just buy every single PS5. And I think for retail stores, they need to have put a limit on how many per consoles per person you can buy. Okay, they do it with Pokemon cards now, and I think they should. Nintendo's gonna have to do it with retail stores, like, oh, one Switch 2 per person. Sorry, scalpers have to buy 500 fucking consoles so you guys can't buy them. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Okay, scalping needs to be discouraged. Okay, scalpers are kind of the scummiest people on the planet. They are probably the lowest of people on Earth. You know, but it isn't too surprising. Mario Kart's always, best selling games on the Switch too. And then they wonder why Nintendo is charging this game for $80. Because they know people are still willing to buy the fucking game for $80. Okay? If they're willing to buy the fucking game for $80, Nintendo doesn't fucking give a shit about what I say or everyone else says. Okay? Because they know people will still buy it. Okay? And that's what this video here. Goodbye.